Welcome to the Loaded Cannon, and listen, I get to say it, so I'm going to say it. If your team is top of the league, just smash that like button right now. It might not be for long. And I thought to myself, look, should I do this reaction after the result between Man City and Nottingham Forest? But you know what? I feel like I know the result. I cannot, for the life of me, imagine Man City dropping points there. But Foden and Haaland, neither of them are starting. Yes, Haaland's on the bench. Foden hasn't even travelled, which gives me a tiny bit of hope because Phil Foden has been in unbelievable form. But look, still, Man City have got an abundance of riches, and they're massive, massive favourites. So I just thought, you know what, I'm not going to get emotionally invested in looking at that result. What's the point? Because I just can't imagine it happening. I really hope I'm wrong. And I would love it if you're watching this video after that result has finished and everything that I've just said is wrong. I would love that. And Arsenal is sitting there, top of the league, whether it's on goal difference after the game in hand or whatever. Look, if Man City do draw today, which, I'd love, then we've got a 9-goal head start. And it's a case of, it's in our hands again. If we win every game, we've got a 9-goal head start. And I would bite your hand off for that right now. I just want Man City to not win one game. And when you look at their fixtures, who have they got? They've got Wolves at home, they've got Fulham away, Tottenham away, and West Ham at home. Now, we've just done Tottenham away, and I'm tired. I'm stressed by that game. At halftime, I could not believe how well it was going. 3-0 up, and it's not like we had it all our own way at in the first half. There were moments, but I just thought, this is amazing. Like, it's just, you don't expect it to be that easy when you're in a title race. And 3-0 up at half-time, I know it sounds strange, but I was almost a little bit nervous because I feel like you can't play your natural game when you go 3-0 up like that. You go in, come out for the second half, and your approach just naturally changes. As much as you want to say, just play our natural game, pretend we're 1-0 up, or pretend it's 0-0, you can't. And I knew it was going to be an exercise in defence and attack, with Arsenal doing the defending. But, it was going very, very well until the nonsense from David Raya. What was he thinking? And you know what? I was thinking, I don't want to be too harsh on him, but it's hard not to be because it was so awful what he did. But the thing is, look, he has been very good for us this season. And I'm sort of torn with him because I know for a fact there's a lot of Arsenal fans that still can't fully warm up to him because he displaced Aaron Ramsdale. And that's harsh on David Raya. It really is harsh on him because it's not his fault and he's come in and he's done a really, really good job. But equally, he's not a elite level goalkeeper, in my view. He's just not. I do think he's got a mistake in him. I don't trust him from crosses all the time. I feel like there's some improvements to be made there, even though actually today he handled crosses really, really well, other than one. And this could have seriously cost him as well. The ball comes in, I think Romero gets the header, and you see David Raya flying past when Romero's in front of him and he's made contact with the header. So if that goes on target, it's an open goal. So there were two really, really poor moments from David Raya in this game, and especially the one that led to the goal. I mean, we're going to have to talk about it because everything changed on that moment. And actually, before then, I don't think Arsenal were good in the second half, in all honesty. I think Ødegaard was awful in the second half. Giving the ball away, really, really not putting in that captain's performance at us, expecting him, to protect the ball and see Arsenal through in the second half. In fact, it was Bukayo Saka that, for me, was the one that played like a senior player. He gave Ben Davies hell today. Always drawing the foul and protecting the ball, not giving it away. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. For me, probably my man of the match because I'll talk about his goal later, but, that was just beautiful play from Bukayo Saka. Now, going back to David Raya, he had such an easy option, just roll it out to his left. And what he's doing there, trying to do that chip. And do you know what? I feel like when you watch that back, he knows that he shouldn't do it. And the reason he gets it wrong is because he almost wants to pull out at the last minute. But he's done 90% of that action, and then there's 10% that he's trying to pull out of, and that's why it doesn't get the elevation it requires. And Roy Keane said it in the analysis after the game, that sometimes players get bored. And that's it, because even if that pass went to Thomas Partey, I think it was heading to, the way you sort of dinked it, Thomas Partey is going to have to receive that ball. It's travelling very, very slowly. He's going to have to take a touch on his chest and then bring it down. That gives so much opportunity on the blind side for Tottenham players to close him and put him under significant pressure. It was a dumb pass anyway. Just roll it out to the left. You've got an option there. Your defender has given you the option. And it really, really annoyed me. But the thing is, Declan Rice also had an awful, awful moment in that game when he gave away the penalty, because he should have been a lot more aware than that. And he's, he was nowhere near the ball. The ball's been completely played. He's actually kicked in between Ben Davies's legs. So the interesting thing to me is that David Raya is going to get all the stick today. Declan Rice will barely get a mention. And I know, yes, Raya's mistake was much, much worse. But actually, Declan Rice, that was really, really poor for him. His awareness usually and his composure is so much better than that. But for me, this speaks about how loved these players are. And Declan Rice is just universally loved and actually played really, really well today as well, whilst David Raya isn't universally loved, and I think he'll get disproportionate stick as a result of that. Anyway, for me, the one thing I would say about Raya is that this is a loan deal. Let's not forget that. At the end of the season, we've got Timber coming back shortly, and if he's a left back that we all want him to be, we don't need a left back, in my view, because Tomiyasu is an adequate deputy. And I'm happy with so many positions in the team. Yes, maybe we can talk about a striker or whatever. But Thomas Partey came in today. I thought he did really, really well. And I wonder if there's life in him yet. It's been an odd one with Thomas Partey, but I wonder if there's life in him. I almost think that maybe the one position Arsenal need next season to just elevate ourselves even more is a world-class goalkeeper. And for me, that's not David Raya. But let me know in the comments what you think about that, or whether you think I'm being really harsh on Raya and he's proved himself this year that he is world-class or elite level. In my view, is not, but whatever. Now, Bukayo Saka. That finish and Kai Havertz, we're going to have to speak about them both, because Kai Havertz today, what a ping. What an assist for Bukayo Saka. He took his time, he had his composure about him, he didn't rush it. Lovely, lovely pass. Bukayo Saka timed his run perfectly, and that first touch, absolutely exquisite. Just stunning first touch. And then you know what's going to happen next. In fact, I felt like he had a massive opportunity to shoot on his right and he still didn't take it. The way he just deceives defenders, it's like Iron Robin to an extent, where you know what he's going to do. You just can't stop him. Bukayo Saka was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And then Kai Havertz, after the assist, he gets his goal as well. It's amazing to me, and I have to eat massive humble pie, because I never ever thought Kai Havertz would hit this level at Arsenal. I just cannot believe how well he's playing, and how we're not talking about Gabriel Jesus anymore. We're not talking about needing a striker anymore. He's doing a really, really good job. So not only well done to Kai Havertz, but well done to Mikel Arteta, because I sort of spoke about the Kai Havertz obsession as a bit of a vanity project for Arteta. I was almost saying to Arteta, listen mate, cut your losses, stop trying to prove everyone that you're right. But he was right. I was wrong. Arteta was right. That's why he's the manager, and that's why he's really, really giving it a massively good go at trying to win Arsenal a title. I'm now going to go and watch Nottingham Forest take on Man City, and I'm just going to absolutely pray that we can do something off the back of Man City dropping points. But yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath. If we do, it will be absolutely special. All right. Take care. See you next time.